This is a political chess match, and the stall tactic is in play.
Political chess match over what has grown into the state's largest homeless camp. And today, Sheriff Ozzie Knezovich announces his next move. He says he is clearing out the camp at I-90 in Freya by mid-October. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us here for KREM 2 News First at 4. I'm Whitney Ward. The Spokane County Sheriff today said the city of Spokane and the state are not fulfilling their duty to clear out that homeless camp near I-90, so he plans to do it himself. In a press conference this afternoon, Sheriff Ozzie Knezovich outlined more details on exactly how he plans to do this. KREM 2's Amanda Rowley is joining us here now to explain the takeaways from his plan. Amanda?
Hi, Whitney. Sheriff Ozzie Knezovich believes the homeless camp near I-90 has disturbed the peace in the East Central neighborhood for far too long. So now he's proclaimed himself as the voice and protector of that neighborhood and all of Spokane. Now, he says Camp Hope started as a protest and continues as a protest, which is why he plans to declare the camp as an unlawful assembly and use abatement laws to clear it out. The sheriff says clearing out the camp would involve arrests for those who do not want to go. On the other hand, his plan also includes giving each person staying at the camp a bus ticket to a location of their choice. Now, when I asked about those bus tickets and how they would be funded, the sheriff says he'll send the bill to the Department of Commerce.
Well, there's $25 million that Lisa Brown has at her disposal, and I'm going to ask Lisa for the $25 million to help resolve her mess.
Now, the sheriff will be clearing out the homeless camp under abatement laws. Now, that means there is a property, when there is a property that becomes a nuisance, law enforcement has the authority to clear it out. To do this, Sheriff Knezovich says he plans to call on the Spokane Police Department for additional manpower.
They may call to their aid such persons or powers of their county as they may deem necessary. Elected officials, appointed, heads up, I will be calling on you to resolve this matter.
Now, he told me he will hold a meeting with several jurisdictions on Wednesday, including the Department of Ecology, to prepare for the cleanup. Now, the sheriff says he's been offering to help clean up the homeless camp for months, and he wanted to be invited to the meeting between the city of Spokane and WSDOT this week. Reporting in the newsroom, Amanda Rowley, KREM 2 News.
All right, Amanda, thank you very much. And immediately after the press conference, our team here at KREM 2 started reaching out to the city, the county, and state leaders for a response to some of his claims. And we are still working to get some of those answers. We'll bring those to you throughout this evening. In the meantime, we want to start with the Department of Commerce, which has been working with city leaders since May on additional funding to help pay for housing solutions. During the sheriff's press conference, he did call out the Director of Commerce, as you just heard, Lisa Brown, saying that Camp Hope is the state's problem. He even called it her problem. He also said that the Commerce Department should be paying to clear out the people living there and to clean up the property. So today I spoke with the Commerce Director, Lisa Brown, to get her response.
I will say that making it personal, as the sheriff did, is probably part of the problem. This statewide and national challenge to house people is something that is obviously not unique to Spokane. It's not unique to Washington State or our whole country. We are experiencing it very acutely in Spokane.
Now, if the sheriff were to get state funding for his plan to clear that encampment, it would likely be a long legal process with the potential for multiple legal challenges along the way. I also spoke with City Council President Brienne Beggs today, who the sheriff mentioned several times as well as someone who hasn't done enough to stop the encampment from growing. Just about an hour ago, Beggs told me he has serious concerns about how the sheriff could legally clear the camp without a warrant or a court order.
Well, it's kind of strange that he's finally coming to the table on this. Many of us have been working for a long time to get the people there rehoused and reclaim that land.
What are your thoughts on this October 14th deadline that has been given now from the sheriff's office, but also from the mayor as well? What do you think is going to be taking place on that date? If they're saying they're going to come in and sweep it, is it murkier because it is DOT land?
It's all fine to set a goal, but it needs to be realistic to be a real goal. And 600 people won't be rehoused by October 14th. So what do? Go in with guns and that on land that you don't have permission to be on? I think the mayor and the sheriff, I don't think they really want to go in there with force, but there's some real legal issues if they can.
Now, Begg says everyone right now just needs to take a breath and start working together. He believes the city is on the right track with its current housing projects, and he expects between now and the sheriff's deadline, there will be fewer people living at that encampment. In the meantime, tonight, Wade Nelson is also weighing in on the sheriff's letter and plan. Nelson is running for the position of Spokane County Sheriff this coming November. He reached out to us here at KREM 2 to say, while there is plenty of blame to go around for this current situation at the homeless camp, he does not believe Ozzie's approach will work. Take a listen.
Because if one guy just stands up and grandstands and says, I'm just going to fix it myself my way, with no money, manpower issues we have, our jails being full, and he's talking about the possibility of arresting these people and he's going to store them. It's a misdemeanor crime, what he's talking about, and how long are you going to store them for? How are we going to pay for that? And then after you're done putting them in jail, what are you going to do with them when they release?
Nelson says the best way to deal with the issue is by taking a group approach. He believes the solution needs to involve all parties, the city, Spokane Police, the state, and the sheriff's office. He says simply arresting or moving the people living at that camp does not solve the underlying issues that lead to people being homeless in the first place. And we also did reach out to the Spokane County Sheriff candidate and current Undersheriff John Knowles as well. Today he says he does support Sheriff Ozzie Knezovich's plan and hopes the messaging is clear and will be handled with compassion. He shared he does believe Sheriff Knezovich has the authority and, quote, constitutional duty to clear Camp Hope. He also mentioned that he believes the sheriff's announcement comes after numerous complaints from Spokane citizens. He stressed the plans on how the camp will be cleared will not be shared to the media simply because of safety. He also says if he is elected as the next sheriff, he will look for bipartisan ways to address homeless issues in Spokane. And for Sheriff Knezovich's full interview today, or to read more on the reactions to it, you can always just go to our website right now at krem.com.